Yes, this is great. Okay, I'm excited. Let's see what happens. All said and done, this is incredible, guys. This is just so nice. When it's in a situation like going through the roundabout like this, it requires intense focus. Oh, man, that was beautiful. Oh my gosh. Did you see that? Okay, cars are flying through. That guy's going way too fast for this roundabout. That was not appropriate, not cool. I think he was maybe one of the guys that was mad honking. Okay, coming through here, this is the tough one with these cars here. Okay, my car didn't hesitate. In the past, it would have hesitated. Okay, coming out, perfect. Oh, hesitating. Now we're sticking out. Ay, ay, ay. Okay, that was safety critical there. I'm gonna report that. Hey everybody, welcome back to another full self-driving video. This is the latest version for Hardware 3 vehicles, which is 12.6.4. I'm gonna be testing Roundabouts here. The last time that I tested Roundabouts was with 12.3, and it nailed it. It was 6 out of 6, perfect execution. Prior to that version, there were some issues with the turn signals, but that all got fixed. Now it is around 6 o'clock. Unfortunately, I did not beat the daylight. I mean, it's pretty dark out now. You can see here, I'll show you. I've got everything set up. I'm excited because I have this new setup that saves me so much time on the video editing, but you can see what we have here. My camera on the outside of my car is so good that it actually picks up the lightness, and looking out my window, it's actually a lot darker looking than it is here that you can see, but I've got all the bells and whistles. Everything is set up so nicely right now. I'm super excited for this, and I can't wait to share with you what we have in store. So I've got another camera here, which I'm gonna have to add into post, but if you are interested in how I film these videos and I do all of this on the fly, definitely head over to my Patreon. I have behind the scenes setup and tips and tricks on how I do all of my videos. So let's jump straight in. I have the destination dialed in right now, and to be honest with you, I'm actually quite nervous. I haven't been nervous about doing a trip like this in a very long time, but let me just show you on the screen. And the reason why I'm nervous is because this is a challenging area, and it is kind of around rush hour. You're gonna see here, I'm coming out. This stop sign will have me turning left, and traffic builds up here. It's not showing the traffic right now on the maps, but it's gonna be a tough left turn to get out onto this road. And then you can see we're just diving straight into this star formation roundabout. And it's a very tricky area. I've done a lot of tests in here. I'm gonna have to pull over and dial in other destinations as I go, because we'll be kind of going through the roundabout multiple times. I'm gonna try to hit it maybe 6 times or so and see how well it performs. Like I said, I am really, really excited, and I can't wait to share this with you guys. I've got all the lights, I've got all the audio, everything is set up. This is gonna be a kick-ass video. So buckle your seatbelts, let's take it for a ride. As soon as I turn it on, it's gonna go full screen, and here the car is taking off. I'm gonna tap on the speed limit sign, and there it shows up in the upper left. You see it says 35 max. So that's the 35 is 10 miles per hour over 25, which is 40%, I believe. It should be 40%. Kind of neat that you can tap on that and it will set that. So let's say if I wanna go to, like, I'm using the right scroll wheel, 44, now I tap on speed limit, it bumps it back down to 35. So every time you tap on that speed limit sign, it's gonna default you back to that 40% offset. Okay, here we come. Like I said, super excited, and I've got all of my lights on, and this is just gonna be a really nice drive for all of you guys to see. You've got a ton of cars here on the right. It's a lot of traffic coming, and it's very challenging to get out, as I suspected here with this traffic. It is 6:04 p.m. and we got a lot of cars here on the left. I don't have an Insta360 camera to show you all the cars, but look at On the left, we have a lot there, and then also on the right, still some cars coming. This is going to be challenging. Now, I'm not nervous right now. I'm a little bit anxious, but if someone was right behind me, that's when my anxiety level goes up a lot. Okay, this is a good time to go. This is a really good time to go. Starting to creep. Okay, good. It's playing it safe. There's one other car on the right, and now we've got a car coming on the left. If it's going to go, it's got to go quick. Now we're hanging out just a little bit. I might have to take over. Let's see, someone coming here. Okay, I'm sticking out a little ways. You can see that car was awfully close to me, and I am going to have to take over and just back up a little bit because my nose is sticking out a little bit too far. A little bit too close for comfort. So that is a disengagement, and I'm going to report that by hitting the camera button there. And let's turn it back on again. Oh, we gotta wait for it. There it is. It should have committed and gone straight out there. Wow, this is a lot more complicated than I thought. I mean, this is very busy right now. And we've got 3 cars on the left. 1, 2, 3. That car just passed. Okay, oh wow, there's a lot more. Let's see what happens here. Okay, now after this, there's like a hill on the left, and it's hard to see because these cars just pop up out of nowhere. Waiting for it. Still nobody behind us. A lot of cars on the left and a lot of cars on the right. Oh my goodness gracious, this is horrendous. Wow, and with this type of traffic, this roundabout is going to be pure chaos. So after these 2 cars here on the left, we're good, but we have a lot of cars on the right. Got to wait for all those cars. Wow, it's going to be tough to find a gap here. Thankfully, nobody behind us, so pressure is off. Normally, like if someone came up behind me, I would just bail on this and go right. I would turn right. But hey, this is interesting. See what happens here. Okay, car on the left just passed. It is clear on the left, clear on the right. Yes. Okay, finally we got the opportunity to go there. Okay, going over some train tracks here. And then after this light is when, ooh, I like that. Going straight around that traffic in the left lane. After this is the roundabout. So I did spend a little bit of extra time here today putting the upper right visualization so you guys can see the route. I think that'll be really helpful here. So you can see where we're headed, at least a little bit, and you'll get an idea of seeing the roundabout as well. There's the sign for the roundabout. All right, so this first test is going to be pretty simple. We're just basically going straight through more or less. Let's see what happens. Wow, a lot more traffic than I thought, like I said. Yay. And then when we get through this roundabout, I'm going to adjust the brightness level on my camera outside because it seems to be kind of a lot of light going through. I don't know, to adjust that a little bit. Perfect, so we made it through just fine, and that was an easy enough maneuver. We were kind of locked in with all that traffic. Now, my go-to method here for this, and I've done this so many times in the past, I'll put a link up at the top to some of the other tests that I did. This is where I always do the turnaround. So I come here, and it's a one-way path. There's like a school or a church right tucked away inside of here. And it gives me a good opportunity to kind of turn around and test it going the other way. Okay, I'm liking this look a lot better. I think you guys can agree. This looks way, way better. So I'm excited with this setup. Now the next thing that I'm going to do is get this set up so that I can go and configure the next destination. So I go through this roundabout in a very unique, interesting way. I'm going to go around like 275 degrees. It's going to be pretty cool. So to do that, what I'm going to do is dial in a destination here. You can see where I come out, and it's going to go all the way around. And what I want it to do is end up over here. I'm trying to remember exactly. Yeah, let's just add a destination right here. And let's check it and see. Yeah, look at that. It's going to go all the way around. And we've got the red traffic showing up. Perfect. So we are all set to do this next test. All right, guys, here we go. We'll turn it on. Left turn signal went on immediately, and coming out here, we are going to be turning right. And usually getting out here is pretty straightforward. Never had any issues, but let's pay special attention to the turn signal behavior. And in the upper left of the screen, you'll see I did expand that view compared to the first impressions video that I did yesterday of 12.6.4. I expanded this view a little bit so you can see those turn signals so that you can observe what's happening. Okay, coming out, perfect. Oh, hesitating. Now we're sticking out. Ay, ay, ay. Okay, that was safety critical there. I'm gonna report that. It went halfway, it did not commit, and then it just became extremely dangerous and very awkward. There was some cars coming and they were going maybe 40 miles per hour. Like I said, I've never had any issues there, so that surprised me. That really surprised me. Okay, this is it. So let's see what happens. We have to take our turn here through this roundabout. So here, pausing, someone right behind us, and this is, wow, I've never been in this roundabout with this much traffic. And really, we need to start going now. Hold on, there's a truck coming there. After this, we should wait. A car coming there. Okay, now is the time to go. Come on, go, go, commit. Go, go, go. Okay, great. Very good. I almost had to take over. You saw my foot almost reaching for that accelerator pedal, coming all the way around. Oh, some people honking. This is a very, very dangerous roundabout. Now, most people in Illinois, I mean, roundabouts aren't like, you don't encounter them all the time, right? So roundabouts are still tricky for people, and a lot of people are more cautious approaching these roundabouts. So it's understandable that people would get mad or impatient with somebody. Okay, so I kind of ducked into this side alley, and I don't expect anyone's going to come up behind me, because what I'm going to do now is just dial in. I'm going to end the trip, and I'm just going to dial in the next destination. Perfect. So that's exactly what I want. I'm going to manually bring it out of this space here, as long as there's no cars coming. Man, oh man. People doing U-turns and all sorts of crazy stuff behind me right now. Okay, car coming here, and then we're good to go. As long as nobody does another crazy U-turn. You know, it's funny because as long as no one's behind me, I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna do a crazy U-turn right here. It'll save me having to go through that light. Perfect. Okay, and sure enough, someone coming right behind me. Now that we're on track here, let's go ahead and turn it on. And that'll bring it full screen. You guys get the whole view. Yes, this is great. Okay, I'm excited. Let's see what happens. This is going around. You can see in the upper right, you can see the path we're taking. It's gonna go past 1, 2 exits and then take the next one. I did not have enough of a chance to pay attention to the turn signals the last time we went through there. But I remember back on, it was like before 12.3 came out. Oh, this is where someone was honking. So someone was waiting too long here. Let's see what happens. This is very, very nerve-wracking. Now, you just need to push yourself out there. These cars will never stop otherwise if I don't assertively go. And this is why someone was honking. Okay, I'm forcing myself. I'm sorry, but I had to press on it there. And I'm just gonna report that because it really should have taken initiative sooner. Let's see what happens here. Coming around, it's staying on the right. No turn signal behavior yet. That's fine. Coming through here, beautiful. Going nice and slow, someone right behind me. I really don't like it when someone tailgates me that much. But I'll tell you, before 12.3 came out, my turn signal behavior was all over the map, and somebody blew a lid. They got so mad. I mean, they were furious. They were like, is this guy jerking around? Like, what is this dude doing? I mean, it looked like I was drunk, and it was embarrassing. And they went over the top. And this was a lady, and I had it captured, and I wanted to be able to explain like what was happening, because she rolled down her window. She was furious. Anyway, that's in the past, but you have to be very careful and courteous around other people because you can really upset people here. So now that I'm here pulled over to the side, this is a one-lane street, but like there's a car coming behind me right now. They can go around me, so I'm not in the way. So from this spot, what I'm gonna do is go ahead and dial in the next destination. Yeah, it's basically having me turn around, which I'll do the turnaround manually, and we'll head back and do the same tests. Great, so we'll do this a couple more times. Okay, it is ready to turn on. This full screen here, and enable it. Let's see if it does the U-turn. Someone coming up behind us, left turn signal is on. It's showing that it's gonna do the U-turn. This would be the spot to do it. Beautiful, look at this. U-turn going straight around. I didn't feel uncomfortable with clipping the curb or anything there. And now coming up here, we're gonna be going straight around and looping through. See what happens. So just an FYI, this may come off as me being severely distracted with all of this stuff in my car, but I'm just gonna say this straight away. I have a lot of experience using FSD. And when it's in a situation like going through the roundabout like this, it requires intense focus. Oh man, that was beautiful. Oh my gosh. Did you see that? Wow, that was incredible. Beautiful. It pulled it off so nicely. Oh, I couldn't have done any better. That was amazing. But no, my point is that you have to be very, very safe, and you can't be distracted with doing all this stuff inside of your car. And it's actually not a good idea to have all these cameras and everything surrounding me. But I just want to put it out there that I've been doing this for 3.5 years. And not that I'm better than anybody else, but my point is that I have a good control over the tech, and I've been doing it a lot. So experience helps a lot with this stuff. As far as making sure that you're comfortable with what you have. And it took a lot of practice. There's no way that I would run out and film something like this without practicing first. So here we go. I'm gonna dial in that same destination if we can find it. Let's just, I'm gonna guess here. Maybe this one? Let's find out. Yeah, that's the one. Okay, it's a green light, perfect timing. Look at that, coming straight out, beautiful. And we got lucky with that destination because that's the one I wanted. And you can see the sign up here showing the roundabout. It's a messy sign. And we're gonna see what happens here, guys. All right, this is it. Okay, it's clear, it's good on the left. Yes, this is great. Beautiful timing, got lucky. And it's gonna go straight around. Those cars are waiting as they should. I'm staying in the center of the roundabout, going all the way through, sometimes some hesitation with these cars here. The right turn signal went on, indicating we're getting off the roundabout. Really nice, that's exactly what I would have done. Someone right behind us, that was beautifully executed. And look at this, someone is going down my alley, which I think is quite rare. Actually, this is a residential alley. So. Okay, great. Now the trick is finding, so this is Broadway. Let's remember that, Broadway, because we're going to repeat it one more time. And we're going to dial in the next one, which I think was Stratford Lane. Yes. Okay, we'll do the same test again. Okay, if I turn it on here, let's see if it actually does the U-turn. It's showing it's going to do the U-turn. Look at that. Sure enough, it does. U-turns are working great. And look at that tight. There was a car parked right there. It was so beautifully executed. Wow. So U-turns were not really working that well in version 12. There goes a Cybertruck. In earlier versions of version 12, like 12.3.6, for example. Okay, let's focus here. We got a semi-truck going through this way. And car there, and then this, okay, it's going. Great, good. Coming out nice and smooth. Just what we want coming through here. It's staying to the right. Oh, now it's kind of hugging both lanes, okay, paying attention because we don't want to annoy someone behind us. And then the right turn signal was on, perfect. Mentioning that we're getting off at this exit. And like I said, beautifully done, nice. Okay, turn it on here. And it's trying to go right. I think it was following my turn signal there because I've had the turn signal on from before. So let's get it started at least here. Okay, turn signal's on again. Let's make sure we don't repeat that again. Okay, turning it on and going straight forward. And again, this is a fascinating one because we need to go around basically 2 exits. Go all the way around. More honking in this roundabout. People get mad here. That's why I really have to be ready to take over. Okay, cars are flying through. That guy's going way too fast for this roundabout. That was not appropriate. Not cool. I think he was maybe one of the guys that was mad honking. Okay, coming through here. This is the tough one with these cars here. Okay, my car didn't hesitate. In the past, it would have hesitated for a car like that. I don't like how it's hugging both lanes. It's kind of straddling both lanes. It's in the middle almost. I posted it at one point saying that FSD crushes roundabouts, and it was interpreted the wrong way, and I had to change the title because people thought I was saying it was crashes. It crashed. Everyone thought I was alluding to the fact that FSD was crashing. I'm like, no, 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 no. So if you are a content creator and if you are making videos, don't use the word crush, even though I love that word because it is totally crushing it. It's not a good word for the algorithm. And it's going to take off. Okay, so the idea with this extra camera showing my pedals in the wheel is that you guys really get the full experience and you get to fully understand the fact that I am not doing a single thing down below. My car is managing everything. Now, we did have 2 safety critical situations, one pulling out here. That was the worst one previously, and that I can't wait until the day when FSD can go in reverse because it would have had to have gotten out of that situation. I was sticking out, had to take over there. The other situation, I was a little bit too far out, and then a couple interventions. But everything that's been critical, I've reported, and I hope that feedback gets viewed and taken into heavy consideration by Tesla. And it's, you know, what's really interesting for me, and I have some time since there's 3 cars here before we get into this roundabout. What's interesting to me is that the FSD engineers, the autopilot engineers, they're not so much in control over what's happening anymore. I mean, they sort of are by tweaking things, but the car is doing things on its own. It's learning on its own. And that's the whole idea with AI, is it becomes so incredibly intelligent on its own. So how do you fix something? Well, humans aren't going to fix it. It just has to come naturally over time with training data. So by me being out here testing this, that's the idea, is that it's hopefully catching these peculiar situations. Okay, this is time to go. Look at this, perfect. Nobody in the intersection, beautiful. Look at that. Oh, that was, I mean, we got lucky with the timing because there's not very many cars. We were awfully close though to the middle. My tires almost hit the curb going through that roundabout, but thankfully did not. That's one thing that you have to be very careful of when you're testing, by the way, is that you are cognizant of hitting something. Because I'll tell you what, you can become so used to it doing so well that you assume it's going to do well the next time, and then suddenly it hits the curb. You know, so you have don't trust it 100% is what I'm saying. And I have never had an accident on FSD. I've been driving with FSD for 3.5 years, like I said, since October 2021, and no accidents. Next test, let's see what happens. This is the tough one. Traffic is starting to die down. It's 6:30, clear on the left. Look at that. Doesn't even hesitate, goes straight out. Doesn't even care about that car on the right. Look at this, it's staying on the right side. Right turn signal goes on, very appropriate, indicating that we're getting off here. Beautiful. Call me crazy, this is like insane to be testing such a complicated roundabout. Just give you guys the full experience here with the visualizations. Okay, got a car coming on the left. And it's good, time to go. Okay, hesitating, wow, okay, so it played it extra safe here with these extra cars coming. I probably would have gone there. And now we've got 2 more cars coming here. 1, 2. Oh, and now a lot more cars. Let's take a look here and just see what we have on the screen. And it's just waiting. Thankfully, nobody behind us. It's really playing it extra safe. And it's not that assertive. It's not like basically pushing itself out there. It's really, really clearly waiting for the best opportunity and the safest opportunity to go, which is right now. What is this guy doing? Come on, taxi driver. You should know not to stop in the roundabout. What are you doing? Oh my gosh. Okay, that was very wrong. You should never stop in the roundabout. Okay. Beautiful. That concludes our tests, ladies and gentlemen. That was enough fun here for the day. I've got a car on the left. As soon as they pass, I'm going to get over and orient myself to go back. What I'm going to do is close this out with one last go around, basically heading back to my home, and that will get us, through the roundabout one last time, and then from there I'll just provide my closing comments. Okay, so we are about ready to head out into the roundabout for this last time. We're going to come out here. This is, again, is a busy street to turn right on. Hopefully we don't have a repeat of what we had before. And then from there, we're going to see if it can actually get us through the roundabout. This is going to be a different route that we're taking to kind of go around. It's going to be going straight. I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about here. The path that we're taking, if I bring the maps over all the way, is a little bit different. So before we were going through the roundabout and then exiting off onto the next one to the left. That's kind of hard to explain, but the one with the double lanes there, that's where we were always getting off. And now we're getting off one exit earlier than that. So this is the last and final test. Let's see how it does. Went right into a pothole. Potholes still are not being avoided. We weren't going that fast, so I allowed it to go through that pothole, but that's definitely something I would have avoided if I was driving myself. Is it gonna coast through? It could. Oh, it did. That's great. Oh man, it feels so natural. All said and done, this is incredible, guys. This is just so nice. Beautiful. Look at that. And then changing lanes right away. Didn't need to change lanes, but it did. And it felt natural. It felt very good, very human-like. Didn't have any issues with that myself. And proceeding forward here under a bridge and then over the bridge and under the, over, what's the phrase? To grandmother's house we go. All right, I'm gonna close this out from here. Car is just gonna drive me all the way home. I mean, you guys might be interested in seeing this fairly straightforward drive. I mean, I might as well leave the cameras filming just in case something happens. I don't think anything will happen. I might as well leave them rolling. And then if something does pop up where, you know, it's like, oh, wow, that was cool, I will make note of it. But let me just close out the video by saying that roundabout behavior is very, very good. I'm pretty darn sure it's safer than some humans. Not all humans, but I'm pretty darn sure that it's safer than some. Now, is it aware of traffic behind you? In other words, is it going to you know, be courteous to the people behind you? Not so much. And that's always my biggest worry with full self-driving, is getting rear-ended. You know, somebody that's just impatient and they get angry or upset and they're not paying attention. It's easy to do that, you know, where you just assume that they're gonna go and then they don't go and then you end up hitting them. And that is the biggest worry with FSD right now. But all said and done, the maneuvering and the confidence level, it all felt like a good blend. There were those situations where I did have to intervene in a couple times where it was safety critical, and would the other cars have stopped with my car jetting out, and my car just hesitated. It didn't commit. It got into the middle of the road and then just kind of froze like a deer in headlights, and it's not really what it needs to do. And it's actually the last thing it should be doing is just freezing up like that. It's either got to go or not even start to go in the first place. So that was probably the most disappointing. It needed a little bit of assistance in a couple of spots, but not bad. I mean, generally speaking, I think I'd rate that a 9 out of 10 for the performance through that extremely complicated roundabout. Thanks for watching, guys. Please subscribe, like, comment, all that good stuff. And until the next video, have a great day.